Hello, and welcome to this part of the pond of the Bullfrog Review, Goatee Edition. Okay, I had a long day at work, so pardon the drink once in a while. I need energy. A lot of it. So, alright, let's do this. What I'm talking about? Well, I've done a lot of reviews. I've done movie reviews, some book reviews. I want to do more of those. And also some TV reviews, but mostly they've been on Netflix or Disney Plus. Well, I'm going to take a step. I'm going to do another TV show, and that is Gravity Falls. I think this was a good show. The story focuses on this brother and sister twins, Dipper and Mabel, and their parents sent them up to Oregon to hang out with their great uncle Stan, who owns he owns a tourist trap, and he is a con man, a shyster, but yet he has a heart of gold. And part of the show mostly focuses around those three, and you have these two side characters that are part of the main story flow, and that is the handyman Seuss, who, comic relief as he is fun and kind of adorable. Yes, I said that about Seuss. Watch the show and you'll see why. And there's Wendy, who's just there to be awesome. Really, she's meant to be awesome. And what happened is, on the first episode, as they're there in Oregon, hanging out with their uncle, great uncle, trying to understand what to do and such, Dipper, the brother, goes out in the forest, and he finds this, a journal. And opening it, learning about it, he finds that the town they're in, Gravity Falls, there's a lot more to it. There's a hint of the paranormal. There's the hint of monsters. And there's a hint of a mystery. And that goes throughout the entire show. And the show is 2 seasons, 40 episodes. It's very short. And very, very fun. It has mystery. It has this consecutive storyline that goes through, though it kind of goes up and down. It kind of waddles here and there, but its continuity is pretty good. And it's really good, but the best way to describe the atmosphere of this show is The Simpsons and Twin Peaks had a baby, and Disney was the nurse that held the baby when it was being born. Yes, that sounds weird, but that's kind of the purpose. It has the flavor mystery of Twin Peaks, and it has the stylish humor almost of The Simpsons. I mean, 80% of these jokes are meant for my age group almost. Most of it, yes. Most of these jokes kids won't get. And we adults will laugh hard. Maybe a little harder, because we'll be laughing going, that got through Disney? How? And you'll be saying that a lot. I mean, the clever jokes. I don't want to spoil, but I mean, this scene alone kind of describes what the kind of humor you'll be getting with. It's where the sister Mabel it's late in season 1, and the sister Mabel finds a mermaid trapped in the pool. A merman, and she falls in love with him. And they're trying to get him out of the pool, and what happens is I'm not trying to spoil, but you have to understand this joke. And he's out of the water. He's struggling for air. And she goes to her brother, Dipper, give him CPR. He's a merman. We'll give him reverse CPR. So he gets a water bottle, sticks it in his mouth, and blows it in the merman's mouth. He's doing this, and as he's doing it, his sister gets a camera and takes a photo. And once this merman comes out, he's breathing, he's doing fine, and goes, you know, all you could have done was rolled me in the water and I would be fine. They're at the lake. And you just, Dipper slaps, and you're laughing harder. Who's ever thought of that? Reverse CPR, putting water into another person. And there was the simplest solution, and as you're doing this, your sister took a photo for blackmail. It sounds... Who's ever thought of that? And that joke is not one of the... It's... That flavor of humor is throughout. And it's not... Again, this is not low little kid type humor, not for the sense of oh, it's meant for kids and for adults. It's not like it's Family Guy crude, or they're aiming for the humor of little boys in the playground. It's like 12-year-old humor, dirt, fart, poop type jokes. No, there's nothing like that here. And again, it is hilarious. It's hilarious and scary, because this came from Disney. Some of the scenes will shock you, going, that got through Disney? That's nightmare fuel. It is nightmare fuel, and I love every inch of that. It is a good show, and then yes, I'm getting excited about Nightmare Fuel because the way how they did it, and the fact that there's this Disney has this label on it. It has that special flavor of, oh my gosh, but yet they got away with it. Will it scare a kid? Yes, but the kid will bucker up in the end. I mean, I'm not saying don't show it to kids. By all means, show it to them. A lot of cartoons of today, there's very few good gems. This is one of them. Oh my gosh, there is. Sorry. But it's fun. It feels original. And again, that mystery, it's really neat. And there's actually 2 ways how to watch this show, too. There's my way, what I did, and that is plop, sit, and watch through, and go, oh. Or there's the second way, and that is what this show has in a scene or a moment. There's a clue. And at the end of each episode, there's this code. And with that clue, you can decipher the code at the end of the episode. There's 40 episodes of that. Of clues you have to find, a code you have to solve, and there's parts of this show, if you have the technology, you can play in reverse to hear what they're saying. And that's every single show open. There's a whisper said in reverse at the end of it, at the end of the opening theme. And I need to talk about the opening theme. It's addicting. You don't get tired of it. I watched this with my cousin throughout the last month, and he got annoyed when the show was doing a long episode, so they had to cut into the theme song. He was going, no, don't! That is pretty good. That is credit. That is really good. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm losing my words, because unscripted, unedited, and loving it. But also, it's just nifty how something you hear repeatedly, you don't get tired of it. I mean, I actually have it on my phone to hear that theme song when I'm having a slow day at work, or I'm exhausted, tired, and I'm at work. I put on that song to get myself up again. It's really fun. And again, this show was really good. The mystery, the humor, and the villain. I may have talked about that one episode, and I won't give any more spoilers. But the villain of this show, I think, leaves a good impact. I almost say he deserves to be on the villains tier list of Disney movies. The villain needs to be, is, I think, on the same lines of Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, to Hades from Hercules. He has a presence, he has this fear to him. And the show is really unique. Once you get to episode 6, or is it 7? It's called The Time Traveling Pig, I think. That's what it's called. But when you see that episode, the show makes you want to go back and re-watch what you just did. Because of what episode you want to go back and watch to see if you can find. And when you watch it a second time, like I did, your jaw drops. You're going, wait a minute. That means to this. You know those spy movies or those movies about gangs where the cops have a cork board? Here's the thumbnail. Here's the thumbtack. And they have all these strings or lines and they're all connecting. That's what that's what the show is when you watch it a second time. Wait a minute. That clue right there leads to this. Wait, that clip show they did? There's this thing right here. And it leads to this. The most random episode will actually have a meaning to the entire plot. How do they do that? It's good writing. They really focused on the mystery. And the cast that they got. Oh my goodness, the cast. There is Jason Ritter. It plays Dipper, and I'm probably butchering her name, but I think it's Catherine Shale? I'm butchering her name, but you'll recognize her voice. She plays Mabel, and they have guest stars, and listen to this list and the oddity of it. From Larry King, Weird Al Yankovic, Mark Hamill, J.K. Simmons, before he had the Oscar, and a few others. Even Peyton Oswalt is in this. Nathan Fallon, or Falloni, or is it Fallon? Nathan Fallon? Well, sorry, Nathan. But these actors are in this show. T.J. Miller plays a reoccurring character. These people really cared for their characters. They really gave their heart and soul. And they created a piece of gold. And the question is, where would I put this? Well, my rating system is 1 out of 7. 1 to 7. And why? Because there's the 3 magical numbers. 1 being, I would rather watch Mary-Kate and Ashley than endure this again. 7 being, it's on the realms of Lord of the Rings and The Godfather. And 4, where it's exactly in the middle. I ask you if it's half empty or half full, but exactly in the middle. Those 3 are the magic numbers. 1 out of 7. Where does Gravity Falls lie? Well, here's the thing. This is a TV show, so it has its own genre. Has its own faith. And I would say it... Again, so far, there's 2 7s. The Godfather movies. Godfather 1, Godfather 2, Godfather 3. We all acknowledge the fact that it's not there. It's ignored. We don't. It's not a movie. It's not Godfather. Godfather 1 and 2. That's what it is. Those two together, and the Lord of the Rings trilogy together. Those two are sevens. And in order to get a 7, I have to dub it 7 worthy and wait an entire year. Watch it a bit more. Does it retain its magic? Well, TV, this is your first 7 potential. Yes! Yes! I think this can have it. It's going to take a year. I'm going to analyze it, watch it a few more times, and see if, in the end, after a year, does it hold that 7? And I'm probably going to put my numbers on that it could. Really, it's that good of a show. It's something for the whole family can enjoy, mostly the adults. But there's almost like a game to this. Adult and child sitting together, turning this show into an event. Find the clue, let's solve the code for each episode. That sounds fun! Alright, son, let's try to rewind or find the clip in reverse so we can figure out what the show is saying or what that or that character is saying. That sounds fun! That sounds like an event! And really, when you're done with this show, when the show creators were done with it, they went an extra step. Really an extra step. They left an image at the end of the show, and they did a worldwide scavenger hunt. From Japan, Russia, Italy, America, and some of the states of America. They did this scavenger hunt for the fans. Yes, it's been a few years, and that scavenger hunt is at its end, but think of that. Think of this scavenger hunt the show creators did after they did the show. That kind of I feel like that kind of gives a level of respect for the fans, but also the fact that they would do that kind of makes you go, wow, they really cared. They really wanted us to leave on a bang. And I ask to hop on in. Gravity Falls. You can find it on Disney Plus. I got this off of Amazon. You could find it, watch it. There's probably a rare piece that you could probably find it in the a set like this in the library maybe. But I highly recommend this show. It's not long, 2 seasons, 40 episodes. And if you see me and you watch this, talk to me. I want to hear what you think. And, well, this is the Bullfrog taking a drink and signing out.